Diving on into game one. This is going to be the top 8 match. We actually have Pack on stream here, which is going to be a really good match. We're going to have Pack going up against Kamal. Both very good players, both playing the Snake Eye deck. So this is going to be a very good match. Both very competent players here. We see them shuffle it up with easiness. We see a handshake for good luck. These players know each other. They've been playing against each other for a while now. And so we're going to be diving on in with, surprisingly, Snake Eyes taking the going first here with Kamal. Normal summoning out the copy of Ash Blossom, or normal summoning the Ash, getting hit with an Ash Blossom, setting 2 cards and passing here. So interestingly enough, we're choosing not to go into the Link Rebo. This is going to be exactly so that we don't get hit with a copy of the Hita, and then Hita can then take, and then we got to go for Princess here. So having those multiple cards, like with the Imperm there, which we are going to be seeing, we can stop putting the Ash in the spell trap right now, which is very interesting as well. We're going to be seeing the Oak to be normal summoned, as this is going to be the reason why we put the Ash in the spell trap zone, because we have the Origins as well here, and they are going to be imperming once again that copy of the Oak here. And then we're going to be summoning out the Ash. It gets hit with a Veiler there, and we have those 3 cards that we can write into a Princess if we wanted to. We cannot go for the copies of Flamebird due to the fact that we already have, I guess the effects of all the monsters negated with the Imperms and the Veilers there. So kind of important, but if we would have linked away into Link Rebo, we would have seen that they would have been able to make the Hita very easily there. But what is going to leave us very weak to a follow-up if we have like another Ash or a copy of Poplar, because we won't be able to tag out into the copy of the Link Rebo in the graveyard there, which we could see potentially, which is going to really be able to hurt us. We're going to be seeing a Wanted going to be starting off. We can search for the Poplar here. We're going to be searching for Ash instead. That is quite risky. Or Oak here, I should say. Oak, and then we're going to normal summon with the Oak here. And that's going to be fine. Summon with the Ash. And they do have the Mourner on the Ash to potentially stop the effects. So we do chain the IP, going for most likely the copy of the SP here. And then SP will be able to banish a card on the field, probably banishing that copy of the Oak. Therefore, we cannot activate the effect to tag out into the bigger monster here. Essentially, we're going to be losing game 1 because of this. I can't see them coming back. We only have 1 card left in the hand there. And then we're going to be passing on this. We have the effect of the Origins to then put back the copy of the Oak or even the Ash, to essentially just drawing or searching another card here. So putting back the Poplar to then get to search for a copy of Ash, and then putting itself back to the deck, getting that resource game, and we already have it. We do see them get hit with a Droll and Lockbird. This is not going to make a difference here at all. I do wonder why they didn't go for a copy of Link Rebo here, though. It makes you do wonder what's the purpose. But I guess they don't have a fire in the graveyard still, so they wouldn't be able to go for that copy of Hita to take. And then we're going to be going for a normal summon of Ash, link away into the Promethean Princess here, which can then summon out the copy of the Oak. Oak can then reborn out the Ash. And then we can go for the effect, sending to go for that copy of Flamebird. And this will be enough for game. And we're so moving on into game 2 very, very quickly here, with Pack going to be able to just be demolishing here. It is absolutely crazy how you see these players play with such quickness, and like this is the importance of the at these high events. Moving on into game 2, we are going to be seeing Kamal going to be choosing to go first once again here. Will we get hit with that copy of the Ash once again? But we know we have a normal summon of a Poplar, which can then search us for the copy of the Origins. Not the best starter here, but having a soft brick that can also be a semi-starter is quite important in a deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! These days here. So we're going to then link away the Poplar for the Link Rebo here, which is going to put itself in the spawn trap card zone. We're going to activate the Origins to send for cost the copy of Poplar. This will resolve here, going for our copy of the Ash. And then we do see the Mourner on the Ash, which is going to be telling us, like, we're playing the Mourner in the main deck here, which is quite different. We saw a lot of the lists before playing Droll in the main deck, but now Shifter is going to be one of the most prevalent hand traps that we are playing against. So be able to swap those copies of Droll for multiple copies of, Veiler, essentially. So having, like, Veiler, Imperm, and a copy of Mourner in your deck. Because you have 9 Veilers, which is quite good here. But we're going to just go for a copy of the SP. We do gain some life points because of the... I guess we lose life points because of the Mourner there. And we do activate the effect of the SP, banishing the copy of Ash. And our opponent is going to then summon out their Ash of their own here. We do have the Imperm to flip up and hit it, which is quite good here, you know, making it so we don't have a talents option. But we do have a Bonfire to search for that copy of Poplar anyways here. And then we are going to be chaining the effect of the SP on the copy of the Ash. And then we're going to be seeing them go Poplar effect. And that's going to be also letting us play 1-for-1 here, sending a copy of the Nibiru, which they are not going to be needing at all, to go for the copy of the Oak. Oak can then bring out the copy of the Ash as well from the Banished Zone. You know, quite good that you can actually do that from the Banished as well as the Graveyard. You know, if we are playing the Jet Synchron, you can then just banish it and then bring it back with its own effect, which is really nice. We can then get to link into the Link Rebo. Poplar is going to be putting itself back in Spell and Trap Card Zone here. We do have the Flame Birch, which we can go for with either the copy of the Ash or the Oak. We're going to activate the Ash effect, going for that copy of the Flame Birch, and we see a bunch of cards being in that max rarity from pack. You know, very beautiful deck, which are then go for a copy of the Nightmare Phoenix here, and we are then going to activate the effect of the Flame Birch. We're going to get hit with a Bell, you know, another very powerful card of this format. Now that will make it so that pack can actually not just win this turn directly. I don't know if they have any other cards left in the hand, but they can go for that copy of the Princess here. Princess can then reborn out the Flame Birch, and we are still playing the game, which is quite good here. And then we're going to see Flame Birch going to be putting the Spell and Trap card, the Poplar in the Spell and Trap card zone. We can actually summon out the Poplar to our field, which is really nice, which is going to let us get an additional search during our opponent's turn here. We're going to go Battle Phase and attack with the Princess as well as the Flame Birch, you know, dealing that heavy damage there. They already have taken some life points with it, so, you know, going to be able to essentially just do some nice stuff here. I feel like you just leave the cards on the field, though. I suppose you can go for the Amble Whale, but your opponent only has 1 card left, and like he's thinking about it here. Okay, so we do have cards in the hand. You know, maybe going for that copy of the Amble Whale. And we do see them going for the Raging Phoenix here, and then setting in a card. So that's going to be able to destroy, and then SP is going to be returning into the end phase of maybe wanting... I forgot about SP. So yeah, you definitely want to link away with SP there. But we do have a normal summon of a Poplar here. I wonder if that's a card that was in the hand this whole time. But we are going to be activating the effect there. You know, Pac did win the YCS, the last 3v3 YCS in Costa Rica the last week here. So if he does end up winning this match and then end up potentially even going to the finals here and winning it, that will be a two weekends in a row topping and winning that YCS, which is going to be probably one of the most accomplishment feats that you can make. We see Poplar search for the Divine Temple here, and it looks like we have to place a copy of I'm not too sure what we want to place here. They are thinking about it. Oh, so their opponent is asking them a question. They are going to be placing, or their teammates going to be asking them a question there. You know, they will be able to talk to their teammates in this, which is really nice. We see that there's still 38 minutes left on the clock here. So placing an Oak on the field. This is going to essentially allow it so that whenever they activate Princess, we can actually summon out the Oak, which is going to let us get an additional effect to reborn out from the graveyard, which is going to be most likely the Poplar once it does hit the graveyard, which is pretty nice. We could go for a Princess right away if we wanted to here. But going for a Hita instead, this is going to be forcing out that copy of Princess unless we want to just let them take it. And if they do take it, then they are going to be in an amazing position here. So making Pac think we are going to be seeing them respond with the Princess here, which is not going to to be great. And then we get the Hita effect as well as the copy of the Divine Temple. We have a crossout designator for the Temple here. This is huge. Oh my, crossout designator just taking the wins here. We saw the last match, crossout just being twice, just being absolutely devastating. And then now going to be able to just do it once again here. Crossout is an issue. Will we see this card get hit on the next ban list is the question. You know, I could see that we could see crossout going to 1 potentially, which would be absolutely wild. Like, this card did nothing for so long. I remember when this card got announced, people were like hyping this up, like, oh my god, this is going to be the next card. It was like $60 and then just dropped down to $20. Did nothing, and like it was around in some formats and others, but not doing very much. And this is probably one of the most impactful formats where we have seen the deck altogether. You know, crossout going to be just able to take the win here. We're going to be seeing them go battle phase, and that's just going to be game here for Pack. End up taking it here 2-0 against Kamal.